at night here in Brisbane on the 21st of April. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're staying safe and washing your hands. This is part B of the 300th Livery edition. For those of you that haven't seen part A, it's very long, but effectively what it is me taking you through effectively the whole process of designing the livery on my 300th custom livery. It's an E30. I did part A about a week and a half ago. I think it was during Easter I actually did it. And I've done a few things since, so I might just quickly show you those few things, and then we'll jump into the 300th livery edition, because there's not a huge amount left to do on the 300th livery. Just playing with a few decals and placing some decals, but effectively the design is complete, but I obviously do want to finish it off. So I think this will be in order that I've done them. It'll be this vehicle first. So I have been busy, even though I haven't completed the 300th livery edition. I have been busy doing other liveries, and sometimes that's what happens when you're doing liveries. You just feel like you need to do something else in between. It's not always the case, but sometimes in my case it is. This is a very different design, as I'm sure you've already figured out. I wanted to play around with a deep blue metallic paint, and this was the result. Obviously you can see the BMW Rondell has taken on an apple shape, which is a very cool graphic. I didn't do that myself, so I can't take the credit for it. Nor is that bonnet graphic, which is also pretty funky. I have manipulated it, but it's not my decal. The roof decal, apart from the Apple Rondell logo, is mine. The rest of it, anyway. So yeah, that's a Group 3 E92 GTR to be exact. And as I said, it's a bit of a different livery, a bit of an interesting mix with colours and shapes. Interested in your opinion? Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. The next livery that I did was, this one. This one's a very, I want to say simple, but that's probably not the right word. I deliberately wanted to do a fairly minimal livery. Again, highlighting the shapes and the contours of the car, as I often want to try to do. So with this one, that's what I did attempt to do. Yeah, again, it's effectively a race car, I guess, but I've tried to treat it less like a race car than I normally would, hence there's no decals, and I think I wanted to really just keep the focus on the shape of the car and the dimensions of the car. So yeah, roof decals mine. So that's that one. Again, feedback's welcome. And the next one I did was this one, which I'd been talking, you'll see there's a couple of iterations there, but this is the final one. Yeah, I was talking to one of the other guys in the game, and we're talking about replica liveries, and I sort of made the comment that I don't particularly like doing them because everybody does them. And I said if I ever would do them, or if I ever have done any, I've generally done my design so that it's fairly obvious that they're not a direct replica of a particular livery, but rather my take or my interpretation or my own creative sort of application to them. And so when I sort of thought, alright, I'll do a Rothmans car, obviously I haven't picked a Porsche. I picked a BMW, and again that was because I wanted to deliberately do something different. So as you can see from the side there's a fairly bold statement, because Rothmans is a smoking brand. You can see, I just realised something. Thought I removed all that stuff. That white vertical line you can see would have been one of my guidelines when I was first positioning the decal around the Rothmans sign. When I find this thing and I delete it, I'll be able to go and spend more time explaining. Just bear with me. Where is this white measuring line? Oh, one of these, was it? No, good. It's part of the Teletron decal that I had to create. That might be it there. Yeah, okay. I thought I deleted all these. So look, when you're doing a livery, I'm going to save this now to update it. I'll keep doing the preview and then I'll save it before I exit out. You know, that's the decal, the Rothmans decal, but what I've tried to do is put a bit of an accent shape, layered accent shape around it, just to make it, I guess, stand out more. And I also went for you know, a different sort of stripe. But otherwise, I've you know, stuck to the colour scheme. You know, did a similar thing on the bonnet. And the mirrors. And the rear wing is just talking about Rothmans itself. Obviously it's a very flat wing, so you don't see much of it. So yeah, so that's the Rothmans BMW. It wasn't an overcomplicated livery to do. There was some finicking, in particular getting the shape right around the Rothmans sign, getting the curves right on that yellow and red stripe, creating this Teletron, not so much the lettering but the little triangle around it that has round points. That was a bit of mucking around to get that right. Other than that, not a great deal of complexity to the design, but I quite like it. You know, I think it's a good interpretation of a Rothmans livery, I guess. May not be the greatest, but I think it's a good one. Okay, and then once I'd done that one, oh sorry, I've got to save this. My apologies, I've got to save it. The next car I did, I think, was the last new livery I've done. Does that make sense? The last new livery, yeah. Okay, it's going to upload it. I don't know how fast my internet's working tonight, so it could be quick or it could be not so quick. And the way it's sitting there still having a think makes me wonder how big the film is that I just created. So it'll upload now. Hopefully it'll be fairly quick, and then I can show you the final car, which was a pace car. I hadn't done a pace car for I don't know, a week or two, and I've got lots of them, you know, by virtue of the mileage exchange. So I thought I'll do another one. Okay. And again, I wanted to do something a little bit out of the ordinary with the pace car, so you'll see some interesting ideas. So the first one was that I wanted to have the M logo on the side, and I've obviously done the BMW M colours as well on the stripe. A couple of extra decals there, a couple of decals on the bottom there. Again, it's not about going over the top, but it's about just, I don't know, giving it a bit more menace, I guess is the word I'll use. Again, with the bonnet, I've tried to do something different in terms of the pattern. The M badge as well, obviously, as you see the bonnet there, it sort of comes closer in view, it kind of shrinks away. I've tried to create an effect there. I don't know if it's really worked, but please tell me. Yeah, one of the rare times I've used these two-piece coloured inset wheels, but I think on this car, in this colour, they don't actually look too bad at all. So that's the safety car, which now will obviously bring us to our 300th livery car, which of course this broadcast is all about. Do that though, because it's going to be a fair way down. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oh, I missed it. That's not good. There it is. Okay, so here it is. Again, it's a different colour scheme. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. Where I'm up to is, as you can see here on the bonnet, I'm taking that livery, which has traditionally got the BMW colours on it, and I'm converting it to a pro, you know, for want of a better term, pro-German colour scheme, which of course also matches the paint colours being used. So everything else that I'm doing in this section, yeah, I have to do it myself. I can't get someone else to do it. So we'll work through that as best we can. It's interesting. Why it's not giving me that answer? I don't remember reading anything about us changing borders Okay. Sorry guys, had an interruption. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to return to it. So it's going to be a part C, I apologise. In fact, I may even remove this video since I haven't done much and create a new part B. I'm going to sign out and I'll come back as soon as I sort out the issue that I'm dealing with here. Cheers.